Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel, Two-Stroke Turbo fans. We find ourselves totally involved with another BMW Isetta here. This is the blue one that was a museum sell-off, and I can barely push this car. There's something up with the rear axle, and the e-brake is sticking. I got to take it apart and see what's going on. You need to be able to push an Isetta. It only has 13 horsepower. If you have dragging brakes, you effectively have 7 horsepower, and that's not enough. So I could barely push this car in the shop. It felt like a 57 Cadillac with 4 flat tires. So we're working on that, and I just happened to look over here in my restoration side of the shop. As you guys know, I'm redoing the dash on my 1970 N600, and I got a little Bondo drying on there, and I just happened to notice my shop dog Stella, my sweet shop dog Stella, loves these highly bolstered seats that I have that are thread matched to the car. Pretty proud of that. I had to put a towel in here because of her dirty, wet feet. It's raining outside today. You can see her hair's all frizzled, and she's not in the sun. Her belly is not toward the sun today because it's cold. So she's snuggled up in the ice dog or Iditarod dog, Alaskan dog pose. Still, are you even in there? Your eye's not even open. So we're going to let her take a little nappy nap. Dog needs to take a nap. And I'll show you what's going on with the dash here. Picked away all the loose surfaces of my padded dash. I put some two-part, it's not Bondo, it's like it's not glazing putty, but it's a real smooth Bondo. It's like glazing putty. It's called Euro something or other. And I patched the deep holes, and I'm going to sand that a little bit, see what it looks like. I've got a lot of suggestions on people wrapping this with vinyl, wrapping it with some type of an interior upholstery, possibly painting it with a rock chip or bed liner, kind of a, you know, what do you call that paint that's very rough textured. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I got to get it smooth. So I'm going to sand this, vacuum it, sand it a couple times. Oh, and look who just woke up. You did. My sweet little puppy. So that's where we're at here. It's just taking a little time. I am so busy working on customer cars, I don't have time for my own. But I do have time to pet my dog. So let's get back on this Isetta. Let's make it roll. Let's make it have a little power. And maybe if it quits raining, we can go for a drive before this goes back to the customer. Oh, did you see the stainless steel exhaust? That's something. That can be polished up. You can see your reflection. You can shave in the morning by looking in your muffler tailpipes. Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, actually it cracked once. I welded it. That's pretty cool. Stainless steel exhaust on Isetta. That's something. This one is so highly detailed underneath. It is nuts. We're going to make it better though. We got to make it roll. Right now, you can barely roll the rear end. Let's get working. Quit talking and work. All right, sometimes it takes a little bit to get this. Oh, this drum is really stuck. I can't get the brakes loose enough. Something's going on here. I hope I don't break it. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, so the problem we have here is basically a classic problem. I think we have a leaking wheel cylinder, and the shoe lining is glued to the drum. So I started to pull, but I could tell that the shoes were pulling with the puller, and if you do that, you're going to rip the hardware, you're going to break the shoes. So you got to keep it so that it can spin, and just keep shooting brake clean in there to give it a little lubrication so that you can actually pull the drum off. Spin it, get that lubrication in there. You don't want to use oil. So now I can see my shoe is actually detached from the drum, and it's not pulling the shoe with the shoes are attached, so I'm not going to break anything. So now I can put some pressure on my, it's probably just going to fall right off now. It's coming. See how you can see my shoe? And the shoe's not all cocked in there. Just keep doing that. $3 can of brake clean will save you a bunch of trouble. I think that's my problem. It spins so much easier already. we got some shoe glue problem going on here. We'll figure it out. So I should retract a little bit. Make sure your e-brake is completely off. Make sure that your service brakes are backed all the way out. Keep spraying with your brake cleaner on those shoes. See how I'm getting more and more shoe siding available. And I put a socket on the tip of my puller because my puller is jamming onto the hub. You don't want to, you want to pull on the spindle. We should be, now I can turn it by hand and I've still got spinning. So yeah, you want to be gentle. You don't want to break stuff. This should just about fall off in my hand now. There we go. Oh yeah, see that? The shoe was glued to the drum. I'm certain we've got an issue with a leaky wheel cylinder or something going on here. Glued shoe. Yeah, we got to fix that. We got to make sure their e-brake is retracting too. We're going to check these out. I'm not sure that I'll find anything wrong. This car's been sitting for a while. Look at the amount of glue in there. We got to clean this all up. Take a power wire wheel and clean up that surface. Clean these really good. Make sure that's not leaking. I think I tortured my hardware a little bit. I might have tightened that up, but we'll make this good again. This, I said, it needs to roll. Oh, I'm noticing this spring has come detached. I don't know if I did that or if that was already like that, but that could be part of our problem too. There's not a, see how this spring here holds these two lower parts of the shoe together? This one's not attached. That's possible that fell off and was gluing itself. I don't know. We're gonna fix this thing. We're gonna make it better. Okay, so it's a little later now. I think I've got this, I said I figured out. Let me get the lighting correct here, see what I'm talking about. So I think it was a spring. I thought that something was getting pinched here and something wasn't retracting. I think the shoes weren't retracting. The shoes have lots of good life on them. They're thick. They're not wet. The wheel cylinder might be a little wet, but the inside of the drum was showing me there was lots of pitting and moisture. I have cleaned it with a wire brush, but it took a while to get all the gook off. Just the stickiness between the shoe and the inside of the drum was causing a glue. I call it shoe glue. So I've cleaned the backing plate. I have cleaned, let me set this down, the shoes really well. I looked for pinch points. The e-brake cable was very sticky. I got that cleaned up. In other words, where it pivots, I thought that the e-brake was not being allowed to return. Turns out this spring wasn't doing its job. I don't think that's the correct spring. You can see how long that is. Whoops. Let me show you how long it is. I put it in a different spring. It's got a little different tension. It's a lighter tension, but it's pulling the shoes together. I don't think this spring was pulling the shoes together, so the e-brake wasn't returning and the shoes were sticking. That's my theory. So I actually made a new spring, modified the upper spring so that it pulls tight. I think that was the problem. I think this is off of another car. It just doesn't, it leaves a gap. So you got to have springs to pull your shoes back. So now I'm going to try and put the drum on and see if the wheel spins. I think I need to lubricate this shaft a little bit. It's a little sticky. Oh, there it goes. Okay, well, I mean, it's already spinning. That's already 200 times better. Before, I couldn't even get the thing to, yeah, there's a lot more. The shoes are being pulled back. So I think I fixed my problem. So let's put this back together. I'm going to lubricate this, lubricate the threads, put it back together, adjust the brakes, and see if this, I said, it actually rolls. Okay, so I've adjusted my shoe preload here. It didn't take much. You can see I've still got pretty good spin. This axle is a straight axle. It's connected. There's only a brake on the right side. And then inside the cabin, I've got my e-brake, and it seems to work fine. There's too much play in the handle. I'm going to adjust this collar here to take some of that stop out and just make sure that works good. Okay there, so thanks for hanging along with me on this job. We got the Isetta back on the ground, and I'm just going to give it a little push. Oh, that's the way an Isetta should roll. Still kind of hangs up a little bit, but at least I can push it with one hand and not throw my back out. Trying to get it in over that little ledge there at the shop, I thought I was going to kill myself. Could not push it over that ledge. That's not normal for an Isetta. So it rolls. I think the brakes are just kind of gummed up from not being used. Once I start driving it around, I think that'll loosen up a bit. Cute little car. Maybe if you're really good followers, you'll see in the next video me driving this around. Would you like to go for a ride? Well, if so, maybe you should stay tuned and click on the next video. Thanks for watching.